The Zephyrian council chamber fell silent as Commander Marcus Chen was dragged before the assembly, his human form bloodied and broken from 3 cycles of interrogation. The alien delegates, representatives from 12 different species across the Galactic Confederation, observed with a mixture of scientific curiosity and disgust. "Behold!" hissed High Inquisitor Vexthul, his serpentine form coiling around the restraint chair. "The so-called resilient species that dares challenge our authority." Chen's head hung low, his breathing labored. The Zephyrians had subjected him to pain amplifiers that would have killed most sentient beings within minutes. Their neural disruptors could induce agony beyond comprehension, yet somehow this human had endured 3 full cycles. "Impossible," whispered Ambassador Krilltak, her crystalline exoskeleton reflecting the chamber's harsh lighting. "Our data indicates human pain tolerance should be negligible. Their nervous systems are primitive, unshielded." The Vorthan delegate, a being of pure energy contained within a magnetic field, pulsed with confusion. The subject should have experienced complete neural shutdown after the first session. Yet here he remains, conscious. Dr. Sinara, the council's chief xenobiologist, stepped forward with her scanning apparatus. Her forearms moved in precise patterns as she examined the human's vital signs. Fascinating. His pain receptors are firing at maximum capacity, yet his consciousness persists. There appears to be some form of adaptation occurring. Vexthul's forked tongue tasted the air with annoyance. "Adaptation is irrelevant. We will continue until his mind breaks. No species can resist the neural cascade indefinitely." As if responding to some internal signal, Chen slowly raised his head. His eyes, bloodshot and defiant, met those of his captors. A thin smile played across his split lips. "You don't understand," he said, his voice hoarse but steady. "Pain isn't our weakness, it's our teacher." The chamber erupted in confused chittering and electronic buzzing. The assembled aliens had never encountered such a response from a torture subject. "Impossible," Vexthul snarled. "You lie to preserve your sanity." Chen's laugh was raw but genuine. "Sanity? I lost that 3 cycles ago, but you know what I gained?" He straightened in his restraints, and the delegates noticed something they'd missed before. The human wasn't just enduring the pain. He was learning from it. "Every nerve ending you've fried, every synapse you've overloaded, you've taught my brain to find new pathways. Humans don't just adapt to survive. We evolve to overcome." Dr. Sinara's readings began fluctuating wildly. Incredible. His neural patterns are reorganizing in real time. He's not just tolerating the pain, he's incorporating it into his cognitive framework. The truth was more terrifying than any of them realized. Humans had spent millennia turning their greatest weaknesses into strengths. They'd learned to embrace failure, to find meaning in suffering, to rise stronger from every fall. Their mythology was filled with heroes who faced impossible odds and emerged victorious through sheer determination. "You see," Chen continued, his voice growing stronger, "you picked the wrong species to break. We're the ones who invented the phrase, 'no pain, no gain.' We voluntarily subject ourselves to agony for sport. We call it training." Ambassador Krilltak's crystalline form dimmed with realization. "The human military reports, they mentioned something called Hell Week. We assumed it was metaphorical." 5.5 days of constant physical and mental torture, Chen confirmed. "And thousands of humans volunteer for it every year, because we learned something your advanced civilizations never did, that the forge that breaks iron creates steel." Vexthul recoiled as if struck. "You're suggesting your species deliberately seeks suffering." "Not seeks it," Chen corrected, "but doesn't run from it. Every human child learns the same lesson: fall down 7 times, get up 8. You've spent 3 cycles trying to find my breaking point, but you're looking for something that doesn't exist." The Vorthan delegate's energy field flickered nervously. "If torture cannot break them, then how do we—" "You don't," Chen interrupted. "Because while you've been trying to break one human, 97 others have been studying your ships, learning your weaknesses and preparing to show you what happens when you threaten Earth. The chamber's light suddenly flickered as explosions echoed from the ship's outer hull. The rescue team had arrived. As chaos erupted around them, Chen looked directly at the High Inquisitor. You wanted to see human endurance? This was just the warm-up. The blast doors exploded inward, and through the smoke came 12 figures in combat armor, moving with lethal precision. The rescue team didn't hesitate. They'd been trained for this scenario, prepared for the possibility that their operative might be captured and tortured. Within minutes, the chamber was secured. As his teammates freed him from the restraint chair, Chen stood on unsteady legs but refused assistance. "Sir," Sergeant Rodriguez said, supporting his commander despite his protests, "the fleet's in position, awaiting your orders." Chen looked back at the cowering alien delegates, then at the view screen showing Earth's Liberation Fleet positioned around the Zephyrian vessel. "Tell them," he said quietly, his voice carrying across the silent chamber, "that humans don't just endure, we remember." As they departed, Dr. Sinara transmitted her final report to the Galactic Confederation. Recommendation: immediate cessation of hostilities with humanity. Reason: they don't break. They break everything else instead. The war ended within a solar rotation. Not through superior firepower or advanced technology, but because an entire galactic civilization learned a simple truth. Never underestimate a species that views pain as merely another obstacle to overcome. Chen would carry the scars of those 3 cycles for the rest of his life. But he would also carry something else, the knowledge that when humanity was tested to its limits, it had not only endured, but had emerged stronger. That was the day the galaxy learned to fear not human strength but human resilience. Because humans don't just survive the storm, they learn to dance in the rain.